The world is not something separate from you. It reflects your thoughts, values, actions, and beliefs in every moment of everyday life. In other words, your eternal state is projected outwards. When I say life is a mirror, I mean it as a sense of your daily habits, stuff you do, your career, your mental, your physical health, your relationships. It'll show you exactly what you're missing. When you go through those hiccups, you'll know why. When you're in shape, your body will feel good. You'll get a lot of compliments. You'll have a lot more energy. When your mental is good, you'll come across a lot more like-minded people. You start to see things you ain't see before. Start to key in on different opportunities that you never noticed just because you have that clarity. And when both come together, those new opportunities will appear. You'll start coming across those great relationships, coming across that great career, coming across your purpose, right? That's really the goal, is finding your purpose. I think just like me, we all want to find out why we're here on this world. The world we experience is filtered through our own mind, right? When your mind is still, the world becomes clearer. When your mind is heavy and there's a lot going on, stuff starts getting confusing. And life just reflects your state of consciousness and the effort you put in life, right? If I'm making one video a month and I'm not really on my grind, obviously, nothing's going to come of it. If I'm going to the gym one time a month, I don't expect to see my body, look any better. If I'm not doing the right things, the habits, I'm not in my word, I'm not focusing on bigger goals, I'm not thinking deeper about stuff, it's going to be hard for me to find my purpose. A quiet mind and a quiet consciousness is like water reflecting in the moon. It's so clear when you're at peace and you're on the right path. It's easy to see, where you need to go, what you need to do. But as soon as those ripples start coming in, that's when, the bad comes. And I say that to say because it's so easy. I know it's a lot easier said than done to, clear your mind and get rid of those unwanted thoughts. Because just like me, just like everybody, I know we all have those moments where, those thoughts creep in and we're like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. Or damn, I'm behind. Or, you see stuff on social media and you start to think about how, comparing yourself. And obviously, comparison is always the thief of joy. And when you got all those outside influences like social media, it clogs it up even more, right? It just puts another layer of fog over your mind, and it just leads you back to a place that you don't want to be. I think it's all just about, like I said, creating those good habits, right? Just always thinking positive. A lot of the time we don't realize how strong the subconscious is. When you always doubting yourself and you always got something negative to say about yourself, about other people, you just a negative person overall, you carry that negative energy, it's gonna come out. It has to come out somewhere, and it's gonna come out in you. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to pass judgment, or even pass judgment on yourself, not even talking about others. It's easy to shit on yourself. Like, that's the easiest thing to do, is to always feel like you're not doing enough, or always doubting yourself. But it ends up just keeping you stuck in the mud. And I think the overall goal is just finding purpose, right? The more you take care of yourself, the better your mind is, the more clarity you got. It just gives you better to, see what's in front of you and what you need to do, right? Focus on your true goals and your true aspirations. Like, there's nothing worse than watching somebody, or even feeling it like yourself, just watching a dream die, watching your own purpose fade, and watch the years tick by, and one day you wake up and you're 30, or one day you wake up and you're 40 and you still stuck, right? You just been kind of disassociating, right? Like, you haven't even been really paying attention to life. You haven't really been doing anything. You kind of just been in these bad habits and this bad mindset for so long that you kind of just feel trapped. You wake up, it's like being in the Tsukuyomi, you know what I mean? But I say all that, and I think the overall goal of my videos, and the overall message I want to push out to you guys, is just create the best version of yourself, and everything else will come. Like, I've struggled so long with trying to figure out what my purpose is and what I'm here for and what I need to do and things like that. And I feel like when you're in those spaces where you can't find it and you don't know where to go or what to do, you can always improve yourself. And I'm not talking about monetary stuff and the physical, like, that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, money is not, everybody has money. That's not important. I mean, like, really yourself. like getting your heart right, getting your mind right, getting everything right. So when it does come, and when it's time, you got to be ready, because it's gonna hit you like a brick. You know what I mean? You're gonna wake up one day, you might just snap into it, or you might just be walking down the street and that opportunity might come that you've been praying for, that you feel like it's the right one, and you always got to be ready. So in that sense, always got to be ready. You got to create those habits now. You got to get out of your head now. You can't let those thoughts creep in. You can't be staying up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. thinking about all the bad things you done, because that's not gonna do it. It's not gonna help you. You know what I mean? You got to think positive. Always keep a positive, just affliction over your life and everything you do. And it's not just about you. Push that positivity out to other people. You know, be that shoulder to lean on. Be that person to give advice, because maybe that might be your purpose. I mean, but I just know how it is to just struggle with purpose and finding yourself and figuring out what you need to do, because it's so easy to see everybody else do it, or you may think on social media you see somebody else, and it kind of gets discouraging to see other people around you living in their purpose. And some people wake up and they know what they're here for from the day they were born. You know what I mean? You look at people like LeBron, he was meant to play basketball from the day he was born. But a person like me, I'm a regular guy. It's difficult to maneuver in this world with all this evil stuff going on, trying to figure out what I need to do, where I need to be. And I just think the first step to figuring out all of that is just reflecting within yourself and just becoming the best version of yourself and pushing out what you want to achieve. I want to live a peaceful life, and affect a lot of people and touch as many people as I can. So with me doing that, I need to be ready for that, right? I need to be the best version of myself. I need to be in shape. I need to be able to talk about things. I need to go through stuff. As messed up as that sound, like, I have to go through stuff. Sometimes you gotta be put in terrible situations, and at the moment you like, why me? But the whole time it's just a lesson. You know what I mean? It's good in every bad. Even those situations, they feel terrible, but you probably needed it for something down the line. You just don't know it yet. But yeah, that's all I want to talk to y'all about. I just want y'all to know, like, when your mind is restless, life is gonna feel chaotic. You just gotta calm it down, and everything will become clear. You just gotta just focus on yourself and focus on building up the version of you want to be. And love everybody and love life, and just appreciate every moment while we're here, because you never know. But yeah, it's been your boy, Not My Forte. I appreciate y'all, and I'm out, bro. Peace.